Welcome to Sessions from Oblivion, here live at Cypress Avenue. Put it together for Cliffords.
Boys seek violence and they watch movies. I'm getting thinner, the American dream. So we lie politely with pretty teeth. You were right, living ain't easy. You got your heroes, they die on TV. Cult classics sticking out of your jeans. I'd never do that, it's just not me. I write in paperbacks, I'm so unique. They say there's a thin line between love and hate, so I'll build an ADX high security and I'll shut the gates. But you're my favorite monster. He threw Elizabeth across the room. When I'm dead, you'll weep and say, I love to hate you. I heard through the grapevine that I'd never say. It's not like me, it's not my place. So you cling to culpable, and I'll feign fallible. I'll cross my heart that I'm we could have been friends, just kids on the playground. Or I'd steal your ball and you kick me around. And you hate my music, say it sounds the same. I hate your everything, I hate you're my favorite. Across the room. When I'm dead, you'll weep and say, I love to hate you. But we're throwing stones at each other. I'd never do such a thing. You can take me away. I'm not sure I'm innocent. Thank you very much.
And that was the Cliffords playing live in my favourite Cork venue, Cypress Avenue. You are very welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having
Iona
us.
and Locan.
Yep.
Never met a Locan before.
Yeah, it's an unusual one, all right. Yeah.
Where's it from?
It's actually a French name.
Oh.
I'm not French.
Okay. Your folks just like the name.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's my granddad's name.
Right.
And his dad's name too, so yeah.
Okay. Great performance there on stage.
Thank
Do
you very
you like
much.
live gigs?
Love them.
Yeah, it's kind of what we live for. Especially Cypress Avenue is one of our favourite venues. It was kind of when we were younger, it was the one that we wanted to play the most, and now it's one of the venues we play the most. So it's really great to play here all the time.
Cool. Sleeping with Ghosts, 107,000 streams. Well done.
Thank you very much.
How did that happen?
We're still trying to work that out.
I don't know.
Yeah, like when it dropped, you know, obviously we were super excited that it dropped. It was probably, you know, our best work to that date. And we were expecting it to do quite well. But then the first day, you know, we're getting all these streams. It was going crazy. We were like, oh my God. And we found out we were on New Music Friday.
Okay.
And that was, like, for us at that time, that was crazy, you know? Yeah. And then I think it stuck with people. So people are still listening to it now. So it's just kind of slowly building.
You sort of launched, you won Battle of the Bands in UCC in 22. Was that the first big thing that happened?
That was our first show ever.
Your first gig ever?
Yeah. Well, Locon wasn't in the band at that time. It was just three of us. So it was me, Dan, and
It's been downhill ever since Locon.
Pretty much, yeah.
Ruined the band.
Yeah, there you go.
Unfortunately. Dan and Gav and I played a gig in Dan's garage when we were like 15. And then Battle of the Bands was our first ever show.
Okay.
In UCC in De Vere Hall. And we won.
Your press release says you're together since you were 15.
Yeah, Dan and Gav and I are. And
Right.
Harry and Locon joined within the last 2 years.
Right.
Yeah, we've been playing together since we were about that age.
Done some cool gigs, open for the Coronas.
Yeah.
Marquee.
Yeah.
Was that 2024?
Yep.
It was.
Yeah.
That was huge. That was, and they're the nicest people we've ever met. Ever.
Aikens. Or the Coronas?
The Coronas.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The
And
Coronas. And
Of course, yeah.
they were lovely, and it was such a great show, and it was such a huge thing for us. Like that was the biggest.
How do you feel about suddenly being on a large stage? Like, is it not very daunting for you?
It was.
Yeah, it was. But at the same time, we felt pretty prepared for it. So going in, we were kind of just excited more than anything. Like, and then when it happened, we did the gig, went really well.
Yeah.
Just we could get used to this, you know.
I didn't sleep for a week, so I was very nervous. But
Really?
it was good. Yeah, no, I really didn't. But then once I got there, I was fine, and it was
They
it was
say
a great day.
if
for
you're not
everyone.
nervous, you don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
And quite obviously you guys care. Did I read somewhere you're moving to London?
We are, yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully next year.
Right. But why?
It just kind of feels like the next step for us. We really like London. We've been over there just now for a month, recording and writing and doing some bits.
How is that going?
It was great. Yeah. We met some really, really cool people.
Yeah. But why go to London? It used to be, I remember in the 80s, that was the natural progression.
Yeah.
Tin Lizzy probably started. You had to go where the record labels were.
Yeah.
Is that still a thing?
So
Yeah.
Obviously, in Ireland, there's such a great music scene.
And in Cork in particular.
Yeah,
Huge,
obviously in Cork, you know.
Even in Blarney.
Yeah. I think there's just more.
Mick Flannery's from Blarney,
Yeah.
so there you go.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so.
I'd love that man.
Yeah, he's great.
His record with Susan O'Neill on it, fantastic.
Yeah, he's great. He's
Yeah.
really good.
There's a great song called Fuck Off.
Yeah,
That's my favourite.
he's brilliant. But it does feel like I don't think you have to go, but it's just something we kind of like to do.
Okay.
Maybe we might only
new.
stay for a few years. Maybe we'll come back, but it just feels like a natural progression for us now.
Excellent. Okay. More from Iona and Locon a little bit later on, and the guest on this show is Femi.
what an honor to have a piece. I'm losing my mind, I just needed a word. I can put you down, no, never in this life, no. Why'd you love the cycle? Cause it just reminds you. Need all your emotions to run the same. We can ride like the ocean, you can change your ways. Need all your emotions to run the same. I won't tell you again, cause it's bad for my head. Need all your emotions to run the same. We can ride like the ocean, you can change your ways. Need all your emotions to run the same. I won't tell you again, cause it's bad for my head.
And that was Femi with Bad for My Health.
Yes, indeed.
I nearly got it wrong, Bad for Your Health. We were talking about your name earlier on with the production crew, and we were thinking, it's a mad thing to do.
Yeah.
F3Miii.
Yes.
And then we decided, because we were actually talking about it, probably a good thing.
Yes.
Did you come up with that idea?
I did.
Yeah.
Because Femi is a quite popular name, and I wanted to have it to myself on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then I realized, multiple people have the name just Femi. I was like, I can't do that. So what am I going to do? I love the number 3. I don't know why. It was the 3. And then I was like, I put one eye. I was like, that doesn't look balanced.
Yeah.
So I added 2 other eyes, and I was like, then I made the F capital and the like M lowercase. Then I was like, that looks right to me.
Yeah,
so I just left it as that.
That's fair play to you.
Yeah.
What other musical endeavours would you like to get up to?
I love to score movies. It's just my end goal with music. I love to score movies and then live on a farm after. Like, that's my,
why a farm? Are you an animal lover?
Oh, a big one. Yeah. I love animals.
Right. Have you a dog?
No, don't have any pets. Oh, I have a cat. No, my girlfriend has a cat, but we basically have a cat. Yeah, I have a cat.
share the cat.
We share the cat. We share the cat. But yeah, I'm a big animal lover.
Yeah,
And
cool.
movies. Yeah.
Right.
Movies.
Before we get to the second song,
Yes.
What's it called?
Say my name.
It's my name.
Say my name.
What is that about?
It's just kind of like I was kind of writing about just kind of in relationships or just getting to know people, just kind of just getting straight to the point. Not like, sometimes you just you just want the simple things in like relationships. Sometimes you just want someone to say your name.
Right.
That's it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What does 2025 hold for Femi?
A lot of stuff.
Gigs?
Hopefully. Yeah, I have no idea, but I know that it's going to be a loud one. Yeah, it'll be a big one.
Okay. It'll be a loud one.
Loud one.
Excellent.
Yes, loud
Right.
one.
I look forward to more loudness.
Thank you.
And
Me too.
speaking of loudness,
Yes.
what's this song called? Say My Name. Say
Yes.
My Name by Femi.
Yes.
Why I explain the pain? You want it in the shower. Can you just say
Great stuff there from Femi. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Taking
Thank
the
you.
trip out to sunny Dunboyne.
Thank you. Very sunny.
Very
Lovely.
sunny. Well, it's a sunny-ish.
40 degrees outside. Can we close the blinds? It's too bright in here.
That's because you're here.
Stop.
All 6'4" of you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying. I want to reduce my height. I'm too tall now. Yeah.
Thank you, Femi. Tips and tricks. This episode is Adrienne Greenhaigh.
Adrienne Greenhaigh, you are very welcome to Tips and Tricks on Sessions from Oblivion.
Thanks very much, Andrew.
Thank you for taking the time. You are in the movie business and have been for some time. What is it you do?
Well, I am an assistant director, have been an assistant director for the guts of like 26 years, but currently I've kind of done a little sidestep into production, and I'm working in a role that's like a junior production manager role on productions.
What does a producer in a movie do?
Well, a producer in a film basically pulls everything together, gets the funding. It varies, you know, from whether they're like an executive producer or a producer that's on hand the whole time, that's managing budgets and booking cast and that kind of thing.
Doing all the heavy lifting.
Pretty much.
Right.
A lot of responsibility. You wouldn't want. It's always like, well, producers. But that isn't my role currently. I'm not. I'm like more a production manager at the minute, which is kind of keeping an eye on what way things are spent and sort of organization and logistics and
You're looking after the cash.
looking after the crew. A lot of crewing and yeah, like tracking the cash possibly would be a good description. Yeah.
What is the first bit of advice you would give to people wanting to get into the movies?
Okay, first bit of advice is quite simple. Learn to drive and get yourself a set of wheels. Because I mean, when I started, I couldn't drive, and there's plenty of people that I work with of recent years that don't drive or didn't drive when they started. So I always kind of remember that, and that it's not accessible to everyone. But you do need your wheels because you're going to be shooting in locations that are often kind of difficult to get to and often not on a public transport route. And even if they are on a public transport route, you'll often be there at like really early times in the morning, and it's just too difficult to depend on public transport.
Great. Yeah. Cool.
Because you need to be able to get wherever you need to get. You also need to have decent clothing. So you don't want to be like you could be outside all day, and you know you could be on your feet all day. This is if you're set crew, if you're working on the set. So you want to be able to have those kind of things in the boot of your car or at least accessible to you.
So learn to drive, get some decent clobber.
Yeah.
What else?
What else? Another third one would be punctuality. You cannot be late.
Yeah.
You just can't be late. So everyone is going to have a role within this big machine that's working. And if you miss your bit of it, it has a knock-on effect to somebody else. So being late is it's one industry where time is money. So when things kick off at 8 o'clock or whatever the time is, there's a reason for that, and everything is connected to everything. So if you don't show up or you're not there, your bit is kind of noticed, and it's just not cool. What I'd suggest for people is that there's lots of really good positive ways in, and there's lots of training available now to people. So you could look on, let me see, Screen Ireland website. They have a really good section on their website, and it's called the Competency Framework. So there's two things you could look at. You could look at careers in screen. So that's is careersinscreen.ie, and then there's Screen Ireland Competency Framework, and they go through every single department and every single role within each department. And these are really good because they've been made in collaboration with a lot of the people that work on films here. And Ireland has really, really highly trained, highly skilled crew. Really, they have. I've worked in different countries, and the Irish crew are so skilled and talented. and really professional. So this has been built basically in collaboration with them. So you can go up and you can look up, say, the art department. And within that section, there'll be a list of job roles within that department. And then there'll be the competencies for that job. So you can kind of have a look and see, what's actually required? What are the responsibilities? What are the duties? What kind of skills do you need in order to do that? So that's really available to anybody who wants to have a look and see what kind of
Where is that again, Adrienne? That's on Screen Ireland, is it?
Yeah, it's on Screen Ireland's website and it's called the Competency Framework. That's one thing that's available. And then there's also the National Talent Academies. They're part of Screen Ireland and they run courses all the time. They run courses for free, and you just have to keep an eye if you follow them. There's the National Talent Academies, East, West, South. I'm not sure if there's one in the North yet, but they're constantly running courses. There's one of them they run called Passport to Production, and that's where you get, I think it's 3 weeks of training. I'm not sure how long, or maybe it could be 5 days, but there's training available anyway. You apply, they take on a certain amount of participants, and then you get work experience, paid work experience in the industry within some department.
Good stuff there, Adrienne.
Yeah, like it's easier than you think. Like, I mean, it is hard to get in the door, but there's avenues there. And also, one other thing you could do is look on Screen Ireland. There's a list of productions that are going on and where they're happening. So you can try and contact those productions via email or whatever there is there and say, I want to be a trainee, I want to be involved. That's kind of what I did.
Adrienne, I do appreciate it, and loads of good stuff there. And thank you very much.
Well, thanks, Andrew. Thanks a million.
Thank you, Adrienne. That was Adrienne Greenhaigh from the world of movies and film and stuff. Her first bit of advice was be practical. Is there anyone in the band who's more practical than the rest?
Yeah, I'd say so. We've got a couple of quite practical members, I'd say. Dan and Gav. The bass player and drummer.
Yeah. Right.
You know,
the rhythm section.
Yeah, you'd expect them to be.
Is there anyone that's less so? Who's the mess? Who's always late for rehearsal and forgets their plectrums and our drumsticks?
I forgot my guitar today.
You did not?
So, yeah.
You forgot it, right?
Yeah. So it is actually 100% me. And I am...
How did you forget your guitar?
Sure, I don't know. It was... Do you know, we got it in the end. But yeah, I'm a bit of a mess, to be fair. My New Year's resolution next year is to be not late and be a bit more practical.
Get organised.
It's just not in my nature. It just isn't really.
Leave it to the rhythm section.
Yeah,
they can
exactly.
take care of that. Before we go to your second and final song, is there any plans for a new record in 25?
Yeah, we should have a single out by the time this comes out. My Favourite Monster. It's probably one of our favourite songs I think we've written.
Yeah.
Came together.
It's a song about like mutual, like not getting on with people in the same city, but you kind of have to get on. So it's quite a quirk song, but it's also about that love of the people you hate as well, I think.
People you love to hate?
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
It's a line in the song pretty much, so yeah. There you go. Yeah, pretty much.
I wrote a song in the 80s called The Girl You Love to Hate.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah.
But wasn't nearly as good as you guys. Thank you very much for coming in.
Well, thank you very much for having us.
Back to the main stage in Cypress Avenue, the Cliffords.